in the 4x400 metres relay mixed. When this event started, the teams were able to nominate quite who would run each individual leg, so it was possible maybe to start with 2 men and finish with 2 women, or alternate it, or, as became something of the fashion with many teams, to put the 2 women runners on the second and third legs. Well, now it's compulsory. It is man-woman, man-woman. And we do have vacant lanes. No Bahamas team, no Nigeria team. So we do just have 4 teams competing for 2 guaranteed spots in the final. One of them, as you can see, Ecuador. They're being led off by Pata. So it's Ecuador in 3, then a long gap. Italy out in lane 6. And bear in mind, this is the 3-bend stagger, unique to the long relay, the 4x400 metres, the mile relay as it's often referred to in the States. So poor old Pata there, running the first leg, looking at Beninti for Italy out in lane 6. Well, they're separated by something like 35 metres. Look out for the team from Botswana, run on the outside. Also there, the Czech Republic. And the Botswana lead-off athlete going off very hard indeed. That is Niati. And as Niati is flying down the back straight, he's running blind, so to speak. He can't see anyone. And with the 2 additional bend stagger here, the 3 bends, it's entirely possible he could see no one, but there's just a chance now because the athlete from Italy is running a stormer. Beninti of Italy has the lead, and I reckon when you work out here the staggers, he probably leads by 5, 6, 7 metres, perhaps even more, maybe 10. That is the leg of the race so far. Beninti of Italy. So it's Italy who have the baton, and he will pass it onto the outgoing athlete. That's Tesarolo. So Tesarolo of Italy is off. For Botswana, run on the outside, it is Kambaruka, and also between them the athlete from Czech Republic, Samova. This is where they break, at the top of the back straight. And the Italian, well, she's gone off very cautiously, and it now will be Kambaruka who comes across, who leads. So it is Botswana 1, Czech Republic 2, Italy in 3, long way back to Ecuador. It is the first 2 who are guaranteed a spot in the final. Tremendous leg this from Kambaruka, but can she bring the baton home up the final straight? The Italian now, kicking on. Tesarolo is getting after the athlete from Botswana, so Italy still very much in the race. Sulu has the baton in hand for Botswana. For Italy, it is Zunino. Botswana 1, Italy 2, long gap now back to Czech Republic. It's too early to relax here for the 2 teams out in front, but they will sense what they need to do here. Just run a sensible leg, save plenty, kick hard over the last 150. Ecuador beginning to make a bit of ground. It's a decent leg from Vasquez, who is on the 3rd leg for the Ecuador team, but it's 2 pairs out there, Botswana and Italy. And now you can see the Italian, Zunino, coming wide. He's coming out into the 3rd lane. Kicking on is Sulu. And these 2 will exchange the baton pretty much simultaneously. It is a foot race between the 2 last leg athletes. For Botswana, it's Monte. For Italy, it is Kabangu. And it is Kabangu who has the baton. She has the curb. And she has the lead. It'll be interesting to see just how much these 2 athletes race it out, because they know that they have their place booked for the final. And you can see Kabangu, long rangy stride inside the last 200 metres. The Botswanan, well, the elastic beginning to stretch between those first 2. And now Kabangu puts in an additional kick. She appears to be away and clear. And Italy are on their way to taking this first heat. And perhaps inexplicably there, the Botswanan athlete running so wide there out in the 2nd lane. Quite unnecessarily, she's in danger of getting caught if she's not careful. because both Ecuador and Czech Republic are getting after her. Could there be a dramatic conclusion here? Botswana, just hang on. Well, there is the prospect perhaps of athletes or teams going through as fast or best non-automatic qualifiers, because remember we do have 3 heats here. So at least for the record now, all 4 of those teams will sit in places in the final, but they'll have to wait and see how the other teams cope in the 2nd and 3rd heats. Tremendous final leg there, particularly by Czech Republic. Kagasova and also Mercado for Ecuador hunting down the Botswana, but in the end Monte, who wasn't necessarily taking the shortest route, Jenny, because she wasn't going around the inside around that final bend.
Well, I like this event, Martin. I think it's a great opportunity. Nations sometimes, they can decide whether, obviously it favours the nations who's got strength and depth. You know, you can put your 400-metre runners on this, you can put your 800-metre runners on this, 200 metres, 400-metre hurdlers. Not often the men and women get to team up. So you could do that. Botswana very, very happy there. You could definitely put a strong team in. Here we go. Not often the men and the women exchange the batons. Really good there. Italy and Botswana, the Czech Republic, they really closed up, didn't they, towards the end of that race?
Look how wide she's running, Monte there. She lost about 30 metres in that final leg.
Yeah, she did, but she found something significantly towards the end. I think her legs were definitely swimming in lactic acid towards the end. I don't know if she's just aware of that there, but watch this, watch that last 5 metres, and she dips for the line. She needed to, didn't she? Well, it is good to see a lot of these nations really tackling this event. Some nations, like I said, it does favour those who's got the strength and depth, but some nations actually choose to prioritise this. Ireland particularly have done well at senior level, made the World Championship final and made the Olympic final in recent years.
We saw Dominican Republic, didn't we, take the gold on the opening weekend in Eugene at the World Senior Championships a couple of weeks ago, which was a fine performance by them. But there you can see Italy won, Botswana 2. Czech Republic will have to see, along with Ecuador, if they can possibly qualify as the fastest.
So this is heat 2 of the mixed 4x400 metre relay. Brazil will start in lane 8. They've got a team Mora, Rocha, Lima and De Silva. Jamaica, here we go. Dennis, Campbell, Johnson and Baker. That is the lineup for the Jamaican squad. Bahrain will be in lane 6. Ibrahim, Mamat, Dijmel and Ahmed. Mexico are going to start in lane 5. Valdez, Mireles, Payez and Alaveses. Well, Australia, I like these times that they put together. They add all the 400 metre personal bests up and they say that's what it should come to. Well, we've never seen that sort of time from a junior team. The United States will be really, really strong, as will Australia. And just looking down, all the season's best, well, there's not many. These teams don't get much of an opportunity to compete in this mixed 4x400 metres. And the United States actually have not got a national record. So whatever time this team finishes in, it will be a new United States of America national junior record. Well, looking at all those times, when you added them all together, 3 minutes 17, that will take some doing. They can be anywhere between 3 minutes 20 to 3 minutes 25. They're going to be a real medal shot, as you would expect from that quartet. So nervous moments for the athletes waiting to receive the baton. These athletes are just asked to stand by the side. These are the women that will be taking the baton from the men who are starting on that first leg. So it is a long stagger. Australia in 2, United States 3, Mexico 5, Bahrain 6, Jamaica 7, and Brazil 8. And Jamaica in the form of Dennis. They've started really, really well. Australia running in that really awkward inside lane. That stagger must feel absolutely significant to them. Just watching the athlete there, Mora of Brazil. He was closed up by the Jamaican Dennis. He's found something in this home straight. United States are going really, really well. That's Bartholomew on that first leg. Well, not much to show between these three teams. It is Australia, Brazil and Jamaica after the first leg. Well, Mexico and Australia and Bahrain have still got some making up. They've got some good athletes on their legs. Just watching the athlete from Bahrain really closing up there down the back straight. What can she do? Well, this is White at the front for the US, and she's just been overtook by the Jamaican Campbell. Bahrain going really, really well there now in third position. This is Ali Mamat. She looks like she's running an absolutely storming leg. So into this straight on the second leg, and the athlete from the US, this is White. She's absolutely storming through to the finish, and it is the USA who are going to hand over first going into the third leg. So all the athletes safely got those batons, and it is the two teams that we did expect to be at the front, USA followed by Jamaica. Remember, it is just the first two to get through, automatic from these, and it's Sumner here from the US. He's been really closed up there by the Jamaican Johnson. And just looking further back, Brazil is now holding on to third position. They've overtook Bahrain. The Bahrainian woman on the second leg did such a good job to do that. But it is Sumner handing over the baton in first position from the USA. Jamaica keeping really close behind them. This will be Baker for Jamaica, Brown from the United States, and Brazil in third place, followed by Bahrain. They're running for a place in the final. Well, down the back straight with just over 200 meters to go, you would think, barring any sort of accident, that the USA are going to make it through to this final. Jamaica look really comfy, really solid in second position. Let's see what sort of times these two leading nations will post. It'll definitely give a signal to those people in Heat 3. Brown finishing really, really strongly there for the US. Baker similarly so for Jamaica. Oh, and 3:18. Wow, what a time, a championship record indeed. And who has got third is Brazil, who's just hung on to that. And that one looked like it could have been inside 3 minutes 25, which was the time that Italy posted before they got disqualification in that first heat. So in case we already didn't know, USA and Jamaica, they will be a real threat in that final.
Well, that result will also eliminate Ecuador, who are no longer one of the best automatic non-qualifiers. The first four teams, as things stand from that second heat, will go through to the final, though bear in mind we have got a very, very competitive fourth, or should I say third heat. We look at the side, the teams there, Germany, Great Britain, Poland always very good at the relays. And also don't discount the likes of South Africa and Romania, but certainly good news for the leading four teams there, Bahrain and Brazil at the moment. They are sitting in the places in the final for those fastest non-automatic qualifiers.
Well, these four athletes from the USA are definitely bigging this one up. How many times do you get to see that in your career? Hopefully many. The spectators of the US are enjoying that one too. 3:18.65. I've got to say though, the last time, or the first time this was done last year in Nairobi, Nigeria won that one. 3:19.70, which is such a quick time. So this was a great performance from the US team. Well, just looking back, this is the last change for that US team. We can see Brazil there. They were followed by Bahrain on that last changeover. Always great to see all the teams getting that baton round safely. Well, Brown was gritting her teeth, wasn't she? They probably had a conversation before this, thinking, you know what, we could get that championship record. Let's leave nothing in the legs. A lot of these athletes will have come specifically for this event. And Baker as well, bringing Jamaica home in that second place. Well, really interesting strategy now. Do some of these teams leave these athletes in? Do some of them change the athletes? All depends on individual athletes' schedules, who gets through to subsequent rounds, etc. But really good to see these first two heats. Already looking forward to the third.
Well, certainly one thing we're looking at now are one or two results that are coming through from that second heat. Strange things going on with the results at the moment there. So it is Brazil and Mexico who are third and fourth. Still not good news, I'm afraid, for Ecuador, because the teams there now in third and fourth will be the fastest non-automatic qualifiers, unless a team runs faster than 3:27 in third place here. There you see, Bahrain disqualified. Yes, we understand that it was a problem at the exchange, so we are told that the judges have decided that one of the baton exchanges actually took place outside the appropriate exchange zone. Now, we're not quite sure at the moment which one that is, whether it is early on in the race or whether it is after the first baton exchange, but there has been an exchange of the baton involving the Bahrain team, which happened outside the relay exchange box. I can also bring you details of why the Italian team were disqualified. They simply came out of their lane. I think the most likely transgression there was somewhere in the first 500 metres of the race. So we have a full track, at least between lanes 3 and 8. 6 teams going for 2 automatic spots, and perhaps 2 more if they go fast enough. It's power packed, 2 of the great teams historically in relays. In fact, I think you could say 3 really. Germany, whether it's Germany or previously divided Germany, West and East, always so good at this event. Great Britain and Northern Ireland, there's something about British relay runners that stick a baton in their hands and suddenly they gain an extra gear at the appropriate moment. And Poland, well, classically, they're so well drilled, whether it's the sprint relay, whether it's the long relay, and presumably it is early days, but I rather suspect the mixed relay as well. Lead off, you saw Young there for Great Britain. Well, Kroll getting the biggest cheer. That gives you an idea of just how much it means to Germany to perform well in these relay events. So it's man-woman, man-woman. That's the way the baton is exchanged. Final heat. In lane 3, Germany. In lane 4, Great Britain. In 5, Poland. In 6, South Africa. In 7, Romania. And in 8, run on the outside, India. 1 or 2 problems out there. One of the officials just waving his arms. We're now set to go. The 3 bend stagger. Let's believe me, running the first leg in these long relays, it is a unique skill. Yes, the unique element of the 4x400 is you're running so far away from your opposition. You just don't sense that there's anybody there until, of course, perhaps you're not running so well and somebody looms up on your inside shoulder, and then they are gone. But at the moment, it is India on the outside who are doing very nicely indeed. Also coming through well there, Great Britain in lane 4. And the British athlete Young there, he's closing in on Zazula of Poland. Poland have got some work to do here. India out in front, but maybe, just maybe, it's Great Britain who will lead here at the first baton exchange. Very tight indeed. India have the baton in hand. Good run there from Sridhar. He passes the baton on to Mohan. Young has passed the baton on to Sisson. And Sisson now running hard. Germans starting to make good ground as well through Helms. And now Helms has just sneaked up inside the Briton. As the Briton goes for the curve, the Briton now Sisson. She must dig in behind the two athletes in front of her, the Pole and the German, and now the Indian. Well, Mohan is beginning to struggle, and suddenly looks a very different race indeed as we move towards the halfway mark. India 1, Germany 2, Poland 3, Great Britain there in 4th place. That's quite a kick there from the Indian down in front. She's done nicely, she's timed it well as Mohan, and she will give her third athlete a 5-metre lead. Germany just struggling a little bit. Great Britain, that was a better end to, or a better second half to that leg from Sisson. So it's now India 1. Now they're in 2nd place. You can see the Germans, the rocking shoulders. There's a big fella, is the third man there for Germany. That's Charles. And now just beginning to hunt him down is McGregor there for Great Britain. But it's India looking strong here, and now it's a gap of 10 metres. Perhaps it's the biggest lead of the race so far. How now will Charles respond? He's beginning to kick here with 150 to go, is the German. Can McGregor hang on for Great Britain? Poland beginning to get back in the race as well through Shapaniak. But it's India, and he's tying up badly. Charles has had a good leg. Charles will hand now on to Schrumpf. Schrumpf has it. Germany just about, do they have the lead? Few elbows there from the Indian athlete, Rupal. Rupal was keen to hold the curve, but now it belongs to Schrumpf. So it's Germany 1. India there in 2nd place. Great race there for 3rd at the moment. You can see Malik there for Great Britain running wide, trying to get in front of Matskiewicz. But it's India again who kicked on. It's a fantastic race this from the Indians. They've been in 1st or 2nd throughout now. And now Rupal is taking the race by the scruff of the neck. And she is opening up a gap that grows and grows with virtually every stride. And now the Briton. Look here at Malik for Great Britain, beginning to get after the German Schrumpf. But it's Malik who's going to take it, or Rupal's going to take it there for India. Germany will just hang on for 2nd place. Great leg there from Malik for Great Britain. Poland come through in 4th. Looking at the times there, well, it's going to be very, very tight to see who qualifies as the best non-automatic qualifier. There are 1 or 2, I'm sure, very concerned national coaches here, wondering whether their team have done enough to get through to the final. 3:24.31 from the Brazilians in that 2nd heat. That looking rather good at the moment. Mexico, perhaps less so, 3:27.02. So let's keep an eye on the times as they come through here. Well, it's good news for Great Britain, 3:22.77. Great leg there from Malik, and also Poland. Poland have gone through, so it's the first 4 from that 3rd heat who will go through to the final. So, rich reward for the last leg runners for both Poland and Great Britain.
Well, I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. I like this. I like this event, this mixed 4x4. And this is how much it hurts as well. Great to actually follow the athletes. They look so good on track, but believe you me, once you've finished your leg, you're trying to cheer on your teammates, but you're also just trying to find a quiet corner where you can just have a moment. So good to see India with a sub 3:20 clocking. It was indeed an Asian record for them. really close to what Jamaica did in the second one. This is the last change over here. See a little bit of congestion there. Malik from Great Britain and Northern Ireland nearly collided with a big German who ran on the third leg. And India was so impressive. America 3:18, Jamaica 3:19. India, they've thrown their hat into the ring, haven't they, for this final? 3 minutes 19 for them as well. Well, it's really looking like a really good final in prospect. Just looking back at that World Championships a couple of weeks ago now. It was Dominican Republic, from the Netherlands, from the USA. So much was changing down that home straight from all three of those teams. And I think from what we've seen from these heats, it's going to be very much the same when we get to that final of this mixed 4x400 meter relay.
So here is confirmation that the first four teams here have qualified for the final. India and Germany, by right of course. Great Britain and Northern Ireland 3:22.77. The Poles 3:23.71. So here is confirmation of the 8 teams who qualify for the final. And there you can see your 8 teams who have indeed qualified. Confirmation that Britain and Poland have gone through.